I was hanging out at the 75 Chrome shop as usual. I see a familiar character walking up toward me, Dakota McDaniel, and I was getting ready to photograph his truck, and for whatever reason, I didn't recognize his truck. And so we got to talking, and he's delivering a few minutes up the road from the Chrome shop up in Ocala. So we're going to tag along with him and see what we can get into.
Just get back in front of me.
No, I'm gonna follow you out.
Yeah, boy.
Dakota, I'm getting a good look at you here, man. Tell me about that truck you're running there.
2014 Peterbilt 389 Fitzgerald glider, running a Detroit 60 series under the hood of it.
And what do you got for legs on that thing? What do you got for gears?
13 speed.
Gears, driver gears in the rear. What rear ends he got? Nobody asking. He ain't asking about the transmission drawer.
That hand is right. Yeah, what do you got for gears, man?
I said legs, he talking about the rear end gears. Hell.
I don't even know what gears is in this truck, to be honest with you.
That's all right. As we cruise up here, we only got a few miles to get to your stop there. How long you been trucking for, man?
I've been out here 10 years, off and on. I run equipment for a few years and drove for a few years off and on, and I just keep coming back to it. I guess it gets in your blood.
So, is there anybody else in the family that drives?
My dad was a truck driver, and my uncle, he was a truck driver as well. My dad, he drove for about 15 years, most of my childhood, really. I can remember him driving, and through elementary school and middle school, I always really wanted to drive a truck. I even got my dad's old CDL book and was studying it as a child, and I always said I wanted to get my CDLs. When I was 18, I went and got them.
That's pretty cool, man. You didn't waste any time. I'm sure your dad's proud of you. Is he still with us?
Yeah, he's still kicking.
10-4. Is he still behind the wheel?
He's retired now. He stays at the house and fiddles around there, but sometimes he comes out here and rides with me and stuff.
So out of those 10 years of trucking, what are you most proud of?
I really don't know. It's gave me a good lifestyle. It's put food on the table for my family and my kids, and made us a nice living.
I hear that. That's what every man wants, to be able to take care of themselves and their own.
That's it.
Where do you go with the loads that you haul?
We mostly stay in the southeast here. We go out to Laredo a couple times a month. We got with this company I work for, we got 10 trucks, and some of us go to Laredo and stuff like that occasionally, but that's about as far as we really venture out.
I've been up your way a couple of times to the truck show that you put on. Why don't you give the folks a rundown on your show, the name of it, when it's going to be? We're in 2022 right now, so when it's going to be and where it's going to be.
We do the truck show up in Dublin, Georgia every year, and the name of it's Shining the Vines. Most of our information can be found on Facebook. It's going to be the third weekend in May. We'll run that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the third weekend in May. The actual show will start Friday night with a light show, and then we'll proceed Saturday with the rest of the show and another light show to follow up the ending of that show.
It's a benefit show, so tell me how that works.
Last year, it's kind of funny. When we come up there to do the show last year, they happened to be somebody selling T-shirts up there that Wednesday afternoon, and before we was going to set up the show, and we just asked them what they were selling shirts for, and their daughter had cancer. And we do the show for charity for kids fighting childhood cancer, and try to pick somebody locally, and we try to have the child at the show. That way, you kind of see where the money's going. It ain't just going to a commercial on TV or something like that. You kind of put the eyes on where the money's going to.
We travel back and forth to New York where they give us a chance, but it's because of people like y'all that donate your time and your money that provides us the way to get there. You truly don't know what kindness is until you depend on it to provide a chance at life for your child. I say thank each and every one of y'all from the bottom of our hearts.
There you go. Look, I'm excited.
Last year at the show, Bubba Branch and them brought the red truck up, and Keeson, he got to get up in that truck and see what it was like to sit in the truck of the seat of a truck and stuff like that, and put a big old smile on the boy's face. And, the show we done the child for, the second year that we done the show, he just recently passed away from childhood cancer at a young age, and he it's things like that. You don't ever know when the moments could be taken away from you. You don't know how blessed you are as a dad or a mom to have kids that are in perfect health. You really don't see behind those closed doors and understand that.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. You're right about that. And I hope what you guys did for the one child that passed away, I hope that that brought a little bit of happiness into that family's life, and a couple more years of happiness all the way around.
That's it. And we're gonna do a memory thing for him this year, and we're gonna try to get his mom and dad to come up to the show and do a little speech and talk about their journey and all like that. So maybe they can be there with us this year as well.
As far as trucking and everything, why'd you choose a flatbed to do trucking with?
I have my own logging business and was working it, and this guy that I drive for, he gave me an opportunity and paid really, really good, and I decided to go with him. I had done flatbed previously for a mega company, and that was one of my first jobs I'd done. I always enjoyed it, and I decided to take the route again. It was something to switch up from logging, and I drove log trucks and worked in the logging woods and stuff like that, so it was kind of a switch up, something fun and enjoyable. You don't really have to wait around at docks and stuff like that. It's pretty much fast-paced going.
Tell us about where we're headed to right now, what you got on there and where we're headed to.
I got some little mini lawn tractors, Massey Ferguson's, picked up down in Dublin, Georgia. They come off the port down there, and we picked them up. They needed 2 drops in Florida, one in Ocala and one in Brooksville, and we carried the ones to Brooksville yesterday and waited on this place to open today, and going to carry them over here to Ocala Tractor LLC. This place I'm going to that was closed in observance of New Year's, so I decided to hang out at 75 Chrome Shop last night.
The Chrome Shop isn't a bad place to hang out, So what's your opinion of the Chrome Shop? I mean, I might as well ask, you were there. Was it open when you were there? Did you get to go inside?
I went in there and purchased me some lights and stuff like that. Friendly staff, and their parking lots. It's really nice to be able to park there. It's paid parking, but it's probably the nicest place to park in Wildwood. You don't have nobody bothering you, and don't have to worry about nobody really tearing up your stuff while you're there. It's just a laid-back environment, pretty much. And they got chairs for you to sit at, restrooms to use, and it's a real nice facility.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. And they got that truck show that's coming up here pretty soon. So actually, we spoke with Mr. David this morning, and he's getting the drawing all put together for parking and everything else. He said that it's stacking up and they're pretty good as far as registration goes.
Yeah, I heard him say they don't have a big turnout. About to get the place filled up.
The payoff is getting to see everybody show up, have a good time, kick back for a little bit. The kids that show up, the families that show up, I mean, they're showing up with wide eyes, looking at all them trucks that they've never been able to see close up. I mean, that's part of the payoff,
Yeah, it is. It's quite a lot of work, I will say that. We work on ours about 6 months out of the year, and the day of the show and before the show, prepping everything and things like that. It takes a toll on you for that weekend of work, because it's pretty much 100 miles an hour the whole time. You go out 6 months before the show and you try to, because we're non-profit, so we don't really have money sitting back to start the show every year, so we go out and try to get sponsorship from local people and try to get door prizes from people and things like that to help us put the show on every year. And so you have to go out and talk to people and interact with other people and try to get them on board with you. So it's work all the way around for about 6 months. My wife, she helps me out with a lot of the paperwork part of it and stuff like that. So yeah, but it's a lot of work that goes into it, but it's fun, it's enjoyable and rewarding.
Hats off to your wife and all the other staff that helps you with that,
We got a team of 4 or 5 people that helps us out with it every year. Really proud to have those guys come on board and help me out with it. Without them, I really couldn't do it. And like I said, they help out a lot with the show.
The links for the last 2 shows, I'll put those down there so people can check those out. Both those shows were a good time. Looking forward to this year. All right, well, let's all go ahead and get around the corner to this drop here and see how you manhandle those little tractors on there. So, man, they got you in a pretty tight spot over here, huh?
I'd say so. I took up every bit that I can get.
So, what's that saying about delivering in tight places?
I don't even want to talk about it.
The customer says we always get.
Yeah, we always get those rides.
So if you had to give some tips to another guy that wanted to be a flatbedder, what would you give him? What tips would you give him?
Have patience.
Yeah, why?
Take your time when you're in a tight spot. Don't tear nothing up. Just take your time. Don't get in a hurry. I think that's what a lot of
Drink a lot of fucking alcohol.
You say drink a lot of alcohol? Well, I don't know if that. Well, after the job.
After the job.
I had a time I pulled into a gas station. I thought it went all the way around the back of the store, and it didn't. So I called 911.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was a 4-lane highway.
Oh, to do what?
It was in Augusta. It was during the golf competition or whatever.
Okay.
Traffic was awful.
Okay.
I could have took the risk and backed out and hoped traffic would stop. But
Yeah.
I picked up the phone call 911, said I need an officer out here.
Uh-huh.
I need somebody to stop traffic for 2 minutes. Let me back out of here. Going about my way.
Yeah.
They come out, they blocked the road off for 2 minutes, backed out, went on about my way.
Yeah. So what did the officer say to you when he got there?
He said, you need somebody to stop traffic? I said, yes, sir.
Yeah.
He got out there, he turned on his blue lights, stopped all the traffic. I backed out on the road, left.
Interesting. So no, he didn't give you a hard time about that? More than likely, when you think about it, you know, from the outside looking in, you know, now you said there's a golf tournament going on, so there's like lots of people.
Yeah, it was like, what do they do in Augusta? Like the big golf tournament?
Okay.
The Nationals or whatever
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, so
Thousands of people in town.
it sounds funny at first calling 911 to get help for a big truck, you know, in traffic, but in that scenario, it made sense, and it was safe enough.
What does it say on the back of the police car? To serve and protect.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the service.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Good
what we
point.
pay taxes for.
Good point.
So,
What were you saying about the way you strap down these things?
at the company that we get them from, they don't want any chains on them or scratching the paint or anything like that.
Okay.
John Deere lets you hook to it and touch the paint up. But
Yeah.
Master Ferguson don't want their straps on the paint of the equipment.
Yeah. So they want to look at new by the time it gets to the dealership, huh?
That's right.
So those things are pretty light, huh? What did it feel like going down the road with them things?
Felt like air.
Yeah.
I think I was getting like 8 miles to a gallon.
Yeah.
So it was like nothing was back there.
Nice. Next best thing, the hauling sailboat fuel, huh?
Yes, sir.
What's the name of the company?
That's I Haulit LLC.
Okay.
Out of Claxton, Georgia.
Okay.
My boss man's name's Bobby Russian. Him and his wife, they run the company. We got a total of 10 trucks and one reefer truck that hauls refrigerator stuff. Basically all over the southeast. We don't go up into the northern part much. We do some Laredo, Texas loads and mostly haul lumber and tractors and things of that nature.
What are some of the coolest places you've gotten to go to over the last 10 years?
Laredo, Texas, it's kind of different.
Yeah.
You know, you got when you get down there close to the border, you got people driving up trying to sell you tacos, and I don't know if you've ever been down there or not.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, there's the place we go to. There's a lady. She'll come up every morning about 8 o'clock, and she'll say, "You want breakfast?" And I said, "No, I'm good," because I don't know what's in the things.
Yeah.
And but she'll come up every morning. Every time we go down there, she'll try to see a burrito or a quesadilla or something like that. That's kind of different from around the house.
Sounds awful tempting, man. You know, it's hard to say no to a good taco.
The first time I went out there, a guy had some in a cooler.
Yeah.
He was rolling around behind him at the shipper.
Yeah.
And I bought one. It was like $5. And I ate into the thing. I had no clue what I ate, but I'll never eat it again. Yeah.
Didn't taste right?
Nah. And then my buddies was on the phone with me, and they told me that it was probably horse meat.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
Kind of strayed me from that. I thought it was horse meat. I don't think
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah. Little peculiar. The phone just rang. Who was that on the phone with you?
That was my boss man.
Yeah. Now, is he trying to keep after you to keep this truck moving, or what? How's that going?
No, he said he was going to look on the load board one more time and see if there's a load around. If not, get to the house.
Yeah, right on. Well, that's not a bad deal. It's a Tuesday, huh?
Yeah.
And you're gonna deadhead up to Georgia. That's a couple 100 miles, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing wrong with that. So what's his story?
He was an onion farmer.
Okay.
And he retired from that. Got a gym membership, worked out at the gym, got bored with that, and went and bought him a truck, and he hired one guy on, and it went from there. And then I got hired on, and I got a buddy of mine hired, and now we're at 10 trucks.
Wow.
And he pretty much done it to kill time.
Yeah. Well, that's a good way to kill time, huh?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. We're gonna go ahead and hop back in the mission control. You hop back in the truck, and we'll head out toward the highway, huh? All right. See you out there. Well, Dakota, it's been pretty fun hanging out with you for a little bit there, seeing how you get in and out of tight spaces and deal with different circumstances. We'll see you soon, man. Definitely you'll see you up there for your show coming up there in May there, right?
Sure, look forward to it. It was good seeing you this morning. Glad we got to meet up and talk for a little while.
Yes, sir. You be safe going up there, going up the road.
So we're going to try to get back on up there to Georgia and see if we can get home for a couple of hours and spend some time with the family.
10-4.
All right, we appreciate it, buddy.